Game preview, March 30th, Utah Hockey Club vs. Chicago Blackhawks. The Utah Hockey Club, 32-29-12, concludes a three-game road trip tonight in the Windy City with the fourth and final matchup of the season against the Chicago Blackhawks, 21-43-9, at United Center. Chicago is one of four teams in the Western Conference to be mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, while Utah remains 11 points behind the St. Louis Blues for the final wildcard spot. Utah is 2-1-0 against Chicago across the previous three meetings between the teams. Tonight's matchup. The Blackhawks will miss the playoffs for the fourth consecutive season and the sixth time in 7 years. Chicago has the second fewest points in the NHL, 51, ahead of only the San Jose Sharks, 49. Two key players in Seth Jones and Taylor Hall have been traded away by the Hawks during the season to make way for younger players. Two big pieces of Chicago's future were signed to entry-level contracts yesterday, defenseman Sam Rinzel and forward Oliver Moore. Both spent the last 2 seasons at the University of Minnesota. Moore, taken 19th overall in the 2023 NHL entry draft, finished his sophomore year with 33 points, 12 G, 21A, in 38 games. Rinzel, 25th overall in 2022, led all Golden Gopher defensemen with 32 points, 10 G, 22A, in 40 games. The pair are expected to make their NHL debuts tonight against Utah. Standings update. Who to watch? Utah, number 50 Sean Durzi potted his third goal of the season 2 nights ago against the Panthers. The puck-moving defenseman has 7 points, 3 G, 4A, in 21 games this year for Utah after missing 52 games due to an upper body injury in late October. Chicago, number 19 Artyom Levshunov, just 19 years old. Levshunov is another young piece of Chicago's future on the back end. The Zlobin, Belarus native, was taken second overall in the 2024 NHL entry draft and made his NHL debut on March 10th. The young blue liner has 4 assists in his first 9 NHL games. Last meeting. Utah earned a point in a 4-3 overtime loss to the Chicago Blackhawks on March 7th at United Center following a 2-goal surge in the third period. Down 3-1 entering the final 20 minutes, John Marino scored his first goal in Mountain Blue, and Clayton Keller cashed in on the power play to tie the game at 3-3 and help Utah earn a crucial standings point. The Blackhawks took control of the game in a 5-0-7 stretch during the second period in which they scored 3 goals, including a penalty shot conversion from Frank Nazar. Utah initially led 1-0 after Nick Schmaltz scored just 0:56 into the game. In overtime, 2023 first overall pick Connor Bedard scored the game winner for Chicago. Look back. Sean Durzi tied the game at 1-1 in the third period, but Utah fell 2-1 in overtime to the Florida Panthers at Amerant Bank Arena on Friday in Sunrise, Florida. Utah fought Florida to a scoreless first period before Sam Bennett scored a power play goal in the second frame to give the Panthers the lead. Utah struggled to stay out of the box and was shorthanded 4 times in the second period alone and 6 times for the game overall. Due to the shorthanded time, Utah struggled to get shots on goal and was outshot 32-14 by Florida throughout the game. Durzi's goal in the third game at 4-on-4 after a setup from Barrett Hayton on the rush just 1:55 into the final period. In overtime, the Panthers controlled possession of the puck and had all 4 shots on goal. Brad Marchand set up Bennett from below the goal line on the game winner. Career highs. Several of Utah's skaters have taken a leap this year in terms of production. 7 players for the Mountain Blue have now set or tied a career high in goals: Dylan Gunter, 26, Logan Cooley, 21, Mikhail Sergachev, 13, Michael Kesselring, 6, Jack McBain, 12, Kevin Stenlund, 11, and Josh Doan, 5. Clayton Keller, 54, Nick Schmaltz, 40, Logan Cooley, 33, Dylan Gunter, 24, Michael Kesselring, 20, Michael Carcone, 12, Josh Doan, 10, and Kevin Stenlund, 9, have all set career high assist marks in 2024-25 with Utah. Goaltender Karel Vejmelka has set a new career best in wins, 21, and is on pace for career highs in goals against average, 2.60, and save percentage, .903. Improvement. Utah's NHL history begins with the 2024-25 season, but many of Utah's players skated with the Arizona Coyotes before this season. In 2023-24, Arizona finished with 77 points and ended the campaign 22 points out of a playoff position. With 9 games remaining on the schedule, Utah has 76 points, on pace for 85, and is 11 points out of the second wildcard spot. 19 players from the Coyotes team last season have laced up the skates with Utah. Utah returns to the Wasatch Front to open a 5-game homestand starting with the Calgary Flames on Tuesday, April 1st. During the final home stretch of the season, Utah will face Calgary, the Los Angeles Kings, Winnipeg Jets, Seattle Kraken, and Nashville Predators.